Today we're in Huntington Beach. I'm going to take you on a realistic tour of Huntington Beach. Right now I'm down at the Pier Plaza, right across from Pier. This is like the main gathering spot for people on the weekends. They have a lot of peaceful protests out here in this little square on the weekends and stuff. It's kind of where everybody hangs out. Really nice part of Huntington Beach. It's actually a pretty cool place to hang out. Another cool spot in Huntington Beach and downtown. It's one of the cool places a lot of people don't really know about. Huntington Beach is one of the largest cities in Orange County. It's also known as Surf City, USA. A lot of surfers come down here. They also have the US Open of Surfing here every year, which is a huge event. They pretty much take over pretty much the entire beach down by the pier area. So every year they have the Pacific Air Show out here, and the Pacific Air Show is, one year they had the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds out here. So it's a pretty big event, and throughout the rest of the year they have like festivals and all kinds of. The other day they actually had a CrossFit competition down here and it was packed. So this is very unusual right now to see this area by the pier with not a lot of people, but I am here on a Tuesday, so that could have something to do with people probably tired from the weekend. But down here in Huntington Beach, in downtown Huntington Beach, it does get crowded. It does get noisy. As you can see behind me, this is Pacific Coast Highway, and we have Main Street right behind me right now too. And Main Street, you can see it right now. It's kind of blocked off. There's a lot of, see, there goes a motorcycle right there. Tells you about how noisy it can get. There's a lot of shops down through here, restaurants, bars on the weekend. A lot of people come down here and go to the bars. It can get really crowded. Right here at the pier, they also have Duke's, which is a Hawaiian restaurant. It's right on the water, so really good food in here too. So as you can see, this road is very busy. We're actually crossing over PCH right now into Main Street. So there's restaurants and shops in here. This is like a little beach shop, and it's always has people out here all the time. Always has sales going on, I should say. So they're basically setting up for they have a outdoor, like a flea market every Tuesday down here. So they're actually setting up for it. So it's kind of cool. Nice little city event. Really nice part of Huntington Beach. Just come hang out. Plenty of stuff going on. As you can see, also on the right there's a BJ's. There's a restaurant called Hurricanes. One of my favorites over here. You got the Baskin Robbins on the left. Got to stay out of there for sure. As we're walking down further. Now, as you can see, like right down there, past those, we'll go over there in a minute, but that's where all basically the homes are down in that area. Down in there, and we'll take a look at that in a minute, but it's really close to Main Street, so people are usually pretty familiar. There's a lot of tourists down here, so that's one of the indications. So if you live where the tourists go, I mean, this is a great place. The weather in Huntington Beach is always really nice. In the mornings though, right now it's probably about 3 in the afternoon. The sun just came out probably about 1:30 time frame. So it's mornings are usually overcast down here. This is pretty typical of a Tuesday down in Huntington Beach, but during the weekends, like I said, it gets busy. And I actually have clients that actually have live up in this. There's condos up in this area right here, right? And those condos are going for probably starting around 1.5 right now. They complain about the noise on the street. So if you're going to buy in here, you better like the nightlife. But still, it depends on what side you live on. They actually live on the street side, so it's a little more noisy. And now we're going to walk in. Right now I'm going in down to the International Surfing Museum, which is like a really cool spot in Huntington Beach. It's run by the city, so admission is free. Pretty rad place, as they say. All right, guess what? Surf Museum's closed, but I'm going to show you something. You got to come down here. I do have some video from before that I can kind of show you the inside of it. But as you can see, it's closed. But one of the things that's not closed is what we got out back over here. This is actually the largest surfboard in the world, and people have actually, I think there was like 60 people that actually rode that surfboard. So it's on the outside. I mean, obviously that thing's huge, but I think they rode it, I want to say for like 30 seconds. It wasn't a long time. They have pictures in the museum of people riding that surfboard. So it's kind of crazy. A little bit of history there for Huntington Beach, and that's where it gets the name Surf City. One of the other things that I should mention is if you live in, downtown Huntington Beach or close to it, like the closer you get, the harder it is to park. Most of these homes over here have garages or places to park, but if you're going to be parking on the street, you're going to be looking at these meters a lot. So one of my favorite places right here too is also this place called Zero Pizzeria, right off of Main Street. So pizza in here is like bomb. Come check it out. All right, one other thing about Huntington Beach is kind of cool. There's the Huntington Beach Art Center. So they have a lot of exhibits in here, some classes in here also, and it's really close to the actual Main Street. It's in downtown, but it's really close to Main Street. You got to come check it out. It's one of the cool places a lot of people don't really come to or know about. And then, of course, what would California be if you didn't see a lot of these VW buses around? Okay, so we're about 2 blocks from Main Street right now. Walking through one of the neighborhoods. These homes in here are going to run you $2.5 million on up. The closer you are to Main Street, or the closer to the water, if you go further down, the more expensive the homes are going to run on average. You can find spots for less around here, but anything that's going to be, ready to go, you're looking at $2.5 million right in that neighborhood. So just keep that in mind. And remember, you're in Southern California too, so yeah, it's going to be more expensive pretty much anywhere you go in Southern California than the rest of the country. But in my opinion, and I see a lot of people online every time, inevitably, when I put a video up about living in Southern California, you got people coming in hating, I would never live in Southern California. All right, cool, don't live here. That's fine. It's a great place to live. Don't believe what you're watching on the news. It's actually a really nice place to live. Most people are really friendly, more laid back. One of the observations my brother made a while back was, nobody tucks their shirts in Southern California, and it's kind of true. Unless you're like in the city, you're going to court or something, you want to tuck your shirt in. But most of the time, pretty laid back. People walk around in shorts and t-shirts, flip-flops all day long. How you doing, man? Amazon. See, we got Amazon here too. Crazy Amazon. Amazon's everywhere. But yeah, it's a great place to live. So, no complaints. Right now I'm at another cool spot in Huntington Beach and downtown, actually, pretty close to Main Street. It's a Pacific City shopping center. So it actually has a lot of stores. So people come out during the summer and they sit out here on this little patio and maybe watch the air show or just take in the pier, the scene. So it's actually a really cool little shopping center. A lot of restaurants in here, a lot of name brand stores also. So and there's a Dairy Queen across the street too. So can't beat that. I don't know if you can see right here, but just where we were a minute ago, the pier's back behind me, and the road that we're walking besides Pacific Coast Highway. So you can take Pacific Coast Highway pretty much. I mean, there's a couple of deviations, but you can go all the way from up north, North California, all the way down to San Diego on Pacific Coast Highway. And if you've never done it, it's a great little drive. Yeah, there's some spots where you have to kind of get off and get back on again through some of the smaller towns, but it's a really awesome drive. And then here's another spot where people like to sit around and watch the scenery. So this is actually one of my favorite spots over here. It's a restaurant called Simsey's. Great views. They have a Wagyu, it's called a Billionaire Burger, and it's probably one of the best burgers I've ever had. Pretty damn close. I can't say that, but also I wanted to point out across from Pacific City, there's a Huntington Beach City Park. Now the city park, there's a state park right up the road. It's different. In the state park, if you're a veteran, you can get a pass to get in for free, but the city park, they don't go for that over here. So it's pretty cool though. It's right down by the pier, and you can come down and park your RV and camp out and have all this, you know, with Pacific City, downtown, everything's right here. The other part is the Bolsa Chica State Park, which is up the road a bit. I don't know if I'd consider that downtown Huntington Beach, but it's pretty darn close. And that park is huge, but it's a little more secluded. It's across from the wetlands. So this park right here is actually right down in the city, and the city runs it. One of the other things to keep in mind too is if you're coming down to Pacific City at night, it can get a little crowded on the weekends. Like if you want to go to one of these restaurants over here, just like pretty much anything down in downtown Huntington Beach, you're going to have some waiting time. Let's put it that way. It gets really busy. So if that's what you're planning on doing, just plan ahead. I'm not sure if a lot of these places take reservations, but you want to check, plan ahead, give yourself enough time. So right up the road from downtown or from Main Street, pretty cool beach called Dog Beach. So if you have dogs, you just take them down here and run them around, and they actually love it, of course, right on the beach. So you might want to be careful where you step, but other than that, it's a pretty cool place for you to take your animals. The other thing too is if you notice behind me, we have a bike path, and this bike path goes all the way down to the pier, and it goes a good ways up. It goes up the Bolsa Chica State Beach. So people come out here with their bikes and they go all the way up and down the coast. It's a really unique kind of place or thing to do. So if you're into biking or into dogs, this is the spot. Okay, I just walked back down to Pier Plaza, and like I said, it's unusual, but on the weekends, at nights, like the market opens up down there on Main Street, it's gonna get crowded. Weekends it gets, this place is busy. There's a lot of rallies and stuff in this park, so it's actually a pretty cool place to hang out. If you're planning to make a move to Huntington Beach or Orange County, go ahead and give that number that's coming up on the screen right now a call, and I'd love to help you out. And if you're not yet ready to move, go ahead and watch this video up here, or maybe it's over here on learn more about Orange County and Huntington Beach. Till next time.